Hi, everyone. I'm Elaine Quijano. It's good to be with you. Thanks for joining us. The Electoral College will vote for the next president in less than a week, bringing the country into what's known as the safe harbor deadline for states to certify their election results. Here's a look at the calendar for officially choosing the next commander-in-chief. Every state except Wisconsin appeared to meet the December 8th deadline. That means Congress must accept these states' results as conclusive when they count the votes on January 6th. The usually routine process is getting extra attention as President Trump pushes to overturn his defeat. But the passing of this deadline closes the door on more of his legal options and comes as more of his legal team contracts the coronavirus. Attorney Jenna Ellis has tested positive for COVID-19, according to her partner on the Trump legal team, Rudy Giuliani. The diagnosis reportedly stirred up fear of another super spreader event after she attended a staff Christmas party Friday. Giuliani was hospitalized after testing positive this weekend. Meantime, the United Kingdom began distributing the first doses of Pfizer's coronavirus vaccine outside of clinical trials this morning. On Thursday, the Food and Drug Administration is expected to grant emergency approval for Pfizer's candidate to be used in the U.S. This afternoon, President Trump hosted a vaccine summit at the White House as the federal government prepares for distribution. When asked about why he did not invite President-elect Joe Biden, Mr. Trump repeated false claims about the election that have repeatedly failed in court.
Well, we're going to have to see who the next administration is because we won in those swing states, and there was terrible things that went on. So we're going to have to see who the next administration is. But whichever the next administration is will really benefit by what we've been able to do with this incredible science, the doctors, all of the people that came up, the lab technicians. The work that's been done is incredible. And it will be incredible for the next administration. And hopefully the next administration will be the Trump administration.
CBSN political contributor Zeke Miller was at that vaccine summit and joins me now from the White House. He is a White House reporter for the Associated Press. Hi there, Zeke. So both Pfizer and Moderna were invited to this event. They're the two U.S. pharmaceutical companies seeking emergency FDA authorization for their vaccines. But no one from either company attended. Why?
We're told that some of those pharmaceutical companies had concerns that their participation in this event would further contribute to the politicization or the appearance of politicization of the vaccine development process. And as these vaccines are nearing their final approval in the next day or in the next week or two here, they want to pivot toward building public confidence. And while and it's not a red state, blue state, Democrat, Republican issue, it's a science issue. And they want to keep the focus on the science, not the politics. And they fear that this event would veer into the politics.
Interesting. Well, meantime, Zeke, the New York Times is reporting the Trump administration passed on the chance to secure more of Pfizer's vaccine before it was shown to be highly effective in trials last month. Now the Times reports that Pfizer may not be able to provide more than the 100 million doses, which is enough for 50 million people at 2 shots each, that they originally promised until potentially June. What do we know about this?
Now, this is one of those issues where some of this is hindsight. Now that we know that this Pfizer vaccine is 95% effective, it's on the cusp of getting this FDA authorization. The Trump administration's early caution over the summer in terms of not exercising its options to purchase hundreds of millions of more doses of this vaccine now looks imprudent, now looks a little bit foolish. At the time, we've heard from Trump administration officials saying that they think it would have been foolish to risk so much on one or two individual vaccines. They were focused on expanding all the different options for potential vaccines in the pipeline. And so they placed those initial 100 million dose orders across 6 different vaccine manufacturers with 3 different technologies. That, in retrospect, makes sense, but it is where the Trump administration is facing some criticisms for not exercising that option over the summer to purchase the next tranche of doses, a second 100 million dose tranche that for the second quarter of next year. That now, given other countries trying to get into the front of the line and get their own doses, means the U.S. could have to wait some time, and there could be a bit of a supply crunch.
All right, we'll continue to watch that. Zeke Miller at the White House for us. Zeke, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.